Hey everyone, I'm going to take a look at the new Player of the Week selection on eFootball. As always, I'll put timestamps in the description, so if there's a particular player you want to hear about, just click the description and there'll be a link to take you straight to them. If you've not seen it already, I've done a video this week on the Japan and South Korea packs from the Asian Cup, so if you're interested in those players, check that video out on the channel. There'll be another video covering the remaining 8 packs from the Asian Cup that's going to go live either tonight or tomorrow, so keep your eyes out for that. But let's have a look at who we've got in Player of the Week. So they've generously given us 3 4-star players this week, and we start with a left back, Operi. Frankly, he's not very good. 90 rated, pace is okay, not brilliant. Physical contact is decent for a fullback. That should hit 80 in the game plan if you've got a good enough manager. Balance isn't too bad. It's not great though. Stamina's pretty good. Defensively, kind of okay, but not brilliant really. On the ball, really bad. Low pass, really bad. Lofty pass 82, curl 80, kicking power 78. That's going to hit 80 in the game plan boost. So, is his crossing good? Yeah, he's got pinpoint crossing. So, he's got all the attributes as high as they need to be, and he's got pinpoint crossing. So, he won't have amazing crossing, only 82 lofty pass, but with the curl, the kicking power, the pinpoint crossing skill, he should have a decent cross on him. Interception, the only other one that's really important there, is the most important one, arguably, for a fullback. So he's kind of got the basics, but ultimately this is a 4-star card. He is horrible on the ball. Technically, he's really lacking apart from his ability to cross the ball. And he's nothing special defensively either. So sadly, this just isn't really a particularly good card. Then we have Adli from AC Milan. So, 2 sides to this guy. Technically, he's tidy. He's pretty tidy on the ball. He's got a pretty nice passing. Finishing and attacking awareness for an attacking midfielder aren't bad. But it's down the right hand side where he's lacking the physical stuff, the athletic stuff. He's a bit slow, he's a bit weak, he's not got great balance, and his stamina's poor. So that's the concern. That's why this guy's only a 4-star card. Creative playmaker, it doesn't need too much pace to be fair, but yeah, that is going to concern a lot of people. If you look at his skills here, got a few skill moves for the dribblers. Soul control's nice, long way shooting, through passing, weighted pass, outside curler. So he's got some nice skills. Would be nice if he had one-touch pass, though. That's the one I think he's really missing. You need that in the middle of the park, and especially for a guy who's 6'1". He's not got great balance. Dribbling's actually decent, but I just don't know how good he's going to feel on the ball. You know, he's fairly tall, not great balance, doesn't have one-touch pass. That's a big miss for me. So yeah, if you're really not too bothered about the physical stuff down the right, he is good technically, but the physical stuff is a letdown. It's a bit of a letdown. That holds him back certainly in terms of his rating. So yeah, it's not going to be for everyone. Certainly, I think Milan fans would find this a nice addition to their squads. But apart from the good technical stuff, I'd say it just isn't that great of a card overall, unfortunately. Then Diego Lopez. So normally a prolific winger from Valencia. Got good pace. Attacking awareness only 81 though. So this is a centre forward goal poacher. 81 attacking awareness. That's not good enough for a centre forward. That's a disappointment. On the ball for a striker, he's decent. Fairly good dribbling. He's normally a prolific winger. Passing for a striker is decent enough. It's not too bad. Finishing is good. That should hit 90 with a good game plan boost. Look at the skills though. There's your problem. Outside curler, that's it. That's all he's got. He does not have first time shots. The most important one for a striker. There's no long range curler. There's nothing, just outside curler. So yeah, I'm not going to speak for too long on this guy because, you know, he's got some qualities. You could get away with him playing out wide. Maybe on the left he's right-footed, so maybe on the left if he uses pace, reasonable dribbling and finishing, could be quite, you know, could be half decent playing as a left-sider, as a kind of wide left forward maybe. But yeah, the lack of skills, especially for me, really kill it for this guy. He's got some qualities, like I say. He's got the pace. He's not too bad with his dribbling, and he's got very good finishing. But outside of that, there's just not enough to make this a decent enough card, unfortunately. So, onto the 5 stars. And we have a target man, Luuk de Jong. So, he's got the playing style target man, and that's very much the way he's built. Attack awareness is fairly good. Finishing and heading are great. And the jumping and physical are good at 85. And obviously what you expect from a big, strong target man. He's 6'2". He's slow. He's not got good balance. He's not good on the ball. So, there's strengths and weaknesses, and he's very much built the way you'd expect a target man to be built. His passing is reasonable, 75 low pass. If we look at his skills, he's got one touch pass and through passing as well. So when you feed the ball into him, you can pick out a teammate. He's got a pass on him. He's not got great passing, but for a striker, it's decent. And then the most important ones for a target man: first time shot, acrobatic finishing, heading, aerial superiority. So he's going to be strong in the air, and he's a super sub. So second half, you're trying to get a goal, throw him on up front, lob some long balls and crosses into him, could be very effective. So this is just one where it depends what kind of strike you like. If you like using a target man, bear in mind with a target man, he's just going to stand around. He's not going to make much movement. He's not going to make a lot of attacking runs behind the defence or anything like that. He's just going to stand around and wait for you to feed him with a long ball or a cross or whatever. So it's not for everyone, but if it is your cup of tea, it could be a very good card for you. And as if it even needs saying, but this guy is not going to be comfortable playing out wide. Why on earth would you play him out wide? Why have they even given him those positions? I wouldn't even play him as SS. Certainly not attacking midfield, but yeah, this guy's just a centre forward. And like I say, if you like strikers like this, a big, strong target man, it could be really good for you. But if you don't, I really don't think you'd be keen on him. Next, we have Alex Berenguer. So this is an interesting one. We've got a whole player, and he's a versatile one. He can play left wing, right wing, or through the middle. Whole player playing style is a popular playing style that will be active, attacking midfield, SS, left midfield, and right midfield. He's got pretty good pace, decent balance. Stamina 80 is not brilliant. We'll come back to that in a second. On the ball control and tight possession are reasonable enough, but dribbling's very nice at 92. Attacking awareness 81 is good if you're playing him out wide or in one of these attacking positions. As a striker, it would need to be more, but that's good for the positions he's got. Passing is interesting. Low pass only 73 is not great. So 73 for low pass, there's no way I'd want to play him through the middle. So for me, just from that attribute alone, I'm not going to play him attacking midfield. And if I play him as an SS, it's going to be a wide SS, wide of the striker. Lofted pass at 80 is okay though. 81 for finishing is pretty good. So let's have a look at his skills. I mentioned stamina. We'll start with that. He's got track back. So a whole player is going to be doing a lot of forward runs. He's going to cover a lot of ground. The whole players do tend to get tired. Track back means he's going to be tracking back, running back in the other direction. So with only 80 stamina, you will find this guy probably gets tired. So you might want to put a counter target on him depending what position you play him in. So that's just something to keep in mind. But the other skills, a little bit for the dribblers there, but long range curler, acrobatic finishing, first time shot, one touch pass, through passing, pinpoint crossing. We've got a whole bunch of skills that give him end product. So this guy for me looks like he could be really effective. First time shot is a nice one with long range curler. So right footed, playing on the left hand side, cutting inside with that 81 finishing, long range curler and first time shot could be very effective. I think coming in off the left flank, I think that might be where he's most effective. One touch pass and through passing, they're just going to compensate for the fact his low pass is poor. So don't expect any great passing from this guy. Pinpoint crossing with 80 lofted pass. He's only 75 for curl, kicking pass 79. He's not going to have a brilliant cross on him, but it will be reasonable. So you could get away with him as a right midfielder. I think this guy's pretty neat. I think on the whole, he looks like he's going to feel nice on the ball. He's got a bit of end product with his crossing and certainly with his finishing. I think you could get away with him wide right, but wide left I think is going to be where he's going to be most effective. Cutting inside onto his right foot with his ability to finish with the skills and the attributes he's got. I think this is a tidy looking player. I like the look of him. So yeah, decent card this. And then we have Antonio Silva. This one, to be honest, is a bit of a disappointment. They've not really done much from his base card. It's not changed much. They're giving him a bit of a boost on his pace. He's got decent pace there for a centre-back, and acceleration being higher than speed is a bit unusual as well. But yeah, decent pace for a centre-back. The defences down the middle, the important ones, he's kind of just okay. He's not great, so a little bit disappointing. There's no major weakness there though. Passing's decent for a centre-back. But we've got a weakness. Heading 76, jumping 78. He's about 6'1", so he's not a bad height. But if he's only got 78 jumping, you're going to need aerial superiority. And he doesn't have it. Sure, he's got some important ones for a centre-back: man marking, interception, blocker, sliding tackle. But there's no aerial superiority. You could say he needs acrobatic clearance as well. But it's the aerial thing. You know, there's no aerial superiority, no heading either, and his heading attribute's not great. So the fact he's not that amazing defensively, yes, he's got nice pace, he's got quite nice passing for a centre-back, but the fact he's not better with his core defensive attributes and the fact he's got that weakness without the aerial ability, unfortunately, I just find this a bit of a disappointment of a card. It's not one I'm particularly keen on. And our other centre-back, so A bit stronger defensively down the middle here. We've got Romani from Napoli, extra front man. If you don't like that play style, then you probably won't like this guy, because the extra front man will roam forward. He'll start straying from his position as a centre back, and that's a bit of a risk. So it's not for everyone. But yeah, he's quite strong down the middle with the defensive attributes. Average pace for a centre back, not particularly quick. Jumping only 82, but he's just over 6'3". He's 192 centimeters. He's a big, strong boy. 82 for jumping, and he does have aerial superiority. He also has heading, so strong in the air. One touch pass they've given him, that's a nice one to add. But man marking, blocker, where's interception? Centre back without interception, that's a big miss. It's such an important skill to have, so it's a shame that, because he's got a lot of strengths here. You know, defensively he's fairly strong. In the air he's pretty strong. As you see from his booster, he's got a booster, and he hit R1 to see the effect of that when he's got A form. He's even stronger physically as these last four here. So he's a physical specimen. He's defensively quite strong, but he's not got interception. That's the killer. There are strengths there, qualities there. He's a pretty strong centre back, but for me personally, extra front man is not my preferred play style for a centre back, and the lack of the interception skill for me is just a big disappointment. So yeah, some real qualities there, but sadly he's got a couple of issues, and the main one is the lack of the interception skill. Goalkeeper, Donnarumma. So, not a great deal to say here. Obviously, you can't jump because that's what Konami do with Player of the Week goalkeepers. But goalkeeper awareness 85, catching and powering are okay. Reflex and reach are both great. He's a tall guy, Donnarumma. We all know what he's like. 196 centimeters. He's got great coverage of his goal with 90 for his reach. And reflex is fantastic as well. The awareness 85. It could be worse. It's not that bad, but I would like it to be more. That tends to be the case with Donnarumma, though. He seems to be a bit low on awareness on most of his cards, so you kind of expect that. It is a bit of a shame in a way, but with the reflexes and the reach, this is going to be a very effective keeper on the whole. So yeah, it's not the best Donnarumma we've had. Certainly, we've had one. I think we've had 197. We've had at least 196, and this is a 95. So not the best Donnarumma we've had, but just looking at this card in itself, it's going to be a very good, very effective goalkeeper. And to be honest, this is another slightly disappointing card. Like with Antonio Silva, they've not really done much. Compared to his normal card, Lautaro is still a goal poacher, centre forward, great awareness, good finishing. He's okay on the ball. He's got average pace. He's got a leap on him. He is deceptively good in the air, Lautaro. I always find he's quite decent with headers. Balance and stamina are okay. I feel like that balance is lower than his standard card, to be honest. Pretty sure it is. Looking at the skills, he's got his normal set of skills. He's got his first time shot, heading, long range shooting, everything you expect from Lautaro, but they've given him penalty specialist. So that's it basically. Compared to his normal card, he's a penalty specialist. So if you've always wanted a Lautaro Martinez who's a penalty specialist, this is the card for you. Otherwise, quite frankly, it's just a Lautaro card. It's almost pointless in a way. So yeah, it's a good card, but for me, nothing to get excited about. And of course, when someone plays well against my team, Newcastle, they get in Player of the Week because Konami love to troll me. But yeah, this is a really good card. It's Kevin De Bruyne, he's back. Great for the neutrals to see. And it's a really good card. I mean, it's not too far removed from his normal card, but it's a good card. He's technically very, very good. Attack awareness is very good. Passing is great. We're going to see in a second, we've got a booster here. Finishing 83, that is a real boost from his base card. So he's going to have a very good shot on him. The one real weakness, De Bruyne's in his 30s now. He's never been the quickest, but he is lacking in pace. You will notice that. If that's a concern for you, if you like your players in that attacking midfield position to have a bit more pace about them, he might be a frustrating card for you, but great kicking power. The balance isn't brilliant. Stamina's okay. We come to the skills. It's got soul control, long range shooting, one touch pass, through passing. You know what you're getting from De Bruyne. Great passing, great shooting, crossing. He's got all the end product in the world. And what they've given him is super sub. So we do have a useful skill on De Bruyne. A player this good, I think most people would usually start him. But to be fair, if you've got a lot of options, it may well be that you could put someone else in from the start and then bring this guy off the bench in the second half if you're trying to break your opponent down. If anyone can unlock the door, obviously it's this guy with the end product he's got. But yeah, he is a super sub, and as I mentioned, we got ourselves a booster. We hit R1. His passing's even better, 94, 97. Wow. Great curl as well, kicking power. His passing and his crossing are going to be absolutely elite. So, yeah, there is the drawback of him not being the quickest or the most mobile, but technically this guy's absolutely superb. So, if you're a fan of De Bruyne, this is a good card, and it's nice to have a super sub version of De Bruyne. So, yeah, very good card. And speaking of very good cards, we have a centre forward goal poacher, Vinny Jr. This is a very good card. We've had a goal poacher version of Vinny Jr. before. I think there might have been a Champions League one. This one's pretty similar, to be honest. The big boost from his base card, apart from the fact they're giving him centre forward and the new goal poacher playing style, the one significant change from his base card is his awareness and finishing go up as a centre forward. That's what you'd expect, really, but he's got great finishing. That awareness will hit 90 with a good game plan boost. Obviously, he's good in the ball. Passing is decent when it comes to that. When you look at his skills, 78 low pass. Obviously, he's got really good pace. Balance is decent, not amazing. Stamina's okay, certainly for a striker. So we have a look at this guy's skills. We'll come to his booster as well as a booster again. Obviously, you got all the dribbly stuff. First time shot is what they've given him. Acrobatic finishing is there as well. The one skill they've removed to give him first time shot is heel trick, which is actually a bit of a shame. Personally, I'd have preferred if they took one of these little skills away, because I'm not really a skiller myself, but I think that's subjective. Some people won't mind losing the heel trick, I guess, but I do like the heel trick skill. It's a useful one. First time shot, though, for a centre forward is crucial, so very important they gave him that. But I mentioned the passing. He's got through passing, so this guy will have a decent pass on him. 78, that will go to 80 with a good game plan boost, so 80 low pass and a centre forward with through passing. That's going to be some really nice passing for a centre forward. Obviously, you can still play him wide left if you want to, but I think personally you'd get the most out of him. You play him as a centre forward, but certainly very capable of both. And as I mentioned, he's got a booster as well. So we hit R1, boom, ball control even better, finishing even better. He's got great finishing, kicking power is very good as well. Physical contact not going to make too much difference, but I guess that will help when you're fending off defenders. But yeah. Ultimately, I think this is going to be a really, really good card. He's going to feel great on the ball, good pace, good awareness, good finishing, and he's got good passing for a centre forward. So, yeah, if you like pacey centre forwards, I think this card's really, really good. This is a very good one. So, pretty good selection. There are a few dodgy ones in there. I think Vinny Jr. for me is the pick. De Bruyne is very good. Donnarumma is a good keeper. I like the look of Alex Berenguer, to be honest. He looks neat. He's a little bit different. I quite like to get him. But yeah, it's a mixed selection. There's one or two decent ones in there. There's a few duds as well. But I will also quickly show you the free one, because we've got another free Player of the Week card. I'll just churn my way through all these menus. And we will get to Cole Palmer. So we got a Cole Palmer card for free. We've got Rudiger last week. I think there's another one coming next week as well. We're going to get 3 in total, which is nice. But yeah, certainly an upgrade on his base card, Cole Palmer. Creative playmaker. That'll be active in all his positions, I think. And he's decent. He's got decent pace. He's quite tall. He's about 6'2". Not far from 6'3". So I don't know how much that will impact how good he is on the ball. Certainly the shorter players do feel really nice and responsive and nimble on the ball, generally speaking. The taller guys not so much. So he might be a little bit awkward on the ball. Not sure yet. I've not tried him. But decent pace though. Balance isn't brilliant. On the ball he looks reasonably tidy. Passing, again, pretty reasonable. Finishing's decent at 80. It depends where you play him. I think 80 for low pass for me. I think that's too low to play through the middle. It's going to depend on his skills. Let's have a look at his skills. So, yeah, there's no one-touch pass, no through passing. So I don't fancy this guy playing through the middle. I think on the right-hand side, as a left footer, is where he's going to be most effective. Certainly with long-range curler, long-range shooting, and the fact that he's got 80 for finishing. Soul control's a nice one as well. But yeah, long range curler, long range shooting, 80 for finishing. I think playing wide right with decent pace, with that shooting ability and the skills he's got, could be really effective coming in off the right flank. So that's where I'll be playing him. And he does have a booster as well. So the booster puts his low pass up, interesting, and on the ball as well. So that's great. So looking at the low pass getting boosted, you might be thinking, oh, maybe you could play him as attacking midfielder now. I still don't think that's good enough. Without one-touch pass and through passing, I don't fancy this guy as an attacking midfielder. Seeing how his ability on the ball has been boosted further, that just furthers my opinion that he'll be most effective on the right. The pace, the ability on the ball, his shooting ability. I think this could be a really effective card from the right flank, to be honest. So that's where I would play him. Ultimately, yeah, I think it's a pretty decent card, to be honest. It's not an amazing one, but could be a pretty effective one. Inverted wing on the right, cutting onto his left foot. Yeah, not too bad at all. So, yeah, there you go. An interesting selection. Like I say, not the best selection we've had in a while, but there's a few pretty decent players in there. So, hopefully you found that useful. Thank you for watching. As always, I'll see you soon.